So first up on the list is Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who is the Crown Prince of Dubai. He is popularly known as Faza, which is the name under which he publishes his poetry, which means the one who helps in Arabic. Dubai's Crown Prince is a star on Instagram, and in his Instagram world, the Sheikh primarily focuses on pursuits and leisure activities that are expressly permitted by Islamic teaching, like family and horse riding and water sports. Overall, he emphasizes Islamic values on his social media and life. Next up on the list is Ahmed Zewail, who won the Nobel Prize for Chemistry in 1999, becoming the first Egyptian-born scientist to do so. He's known as the father of femtochemistry and for pioneering work in the observation of rapid molecular transformations. That's fancy. He joined President Barack Obama's Presidential Council of Advisors in Science and Technology, an advisory group of the nation's leading scientists and engineers, to advise the president and vice president and formulate policy in the areas of science and technology. When he joined this advisory group, the White House hailed this Muslim Egyptian American as the one who is widely respected not only for his science, but also for his efforts in providing a voice for the Middle Easterns. Hassan Minhaj is another famous Muslim who is an American comedian, writer, producer, actor, and television host. Best known for his Netflix show Patriot Act, he has won 2 Peabody Awards and 2 Webby Awards, and he has also been listed among Time's 100 most influential people in the world. Minhaj is an American of Indian descent as well as an outspoken Muslim. He often mentions his faith and how it impacts his life. He incorporates the Muslim American experience into his comedy routines and his shows. On The Daily Show, he was often called upon to analyze issues that concern Muslims in an entertaining way. During his White House Correspondents' Dinner Roast, he made numerous jokes regarding the Trump administration policies towards Muslims. Sami Yusuf is a British singer, songwriter, composer, record producer, and humanitarian born in Tehran, Iran, who is mainly known for his Islamic music. Yusuf gained international attention with the release of his debut album Al Mu'allam in 2003. Now with over 34 million albums sold, he performs at venues around the entire world. Sami Yusuf talks about his Islamic music and quotes that authentic Islamic music is not and cannot be indifferent to either its own form or its content. It is fully conscious of its origin and source, which is the truth, the one and only reality, Allah. Another important famous Muslim man is Ayub Umayyah. Ayub Khan Umayyah was a Pakistani-American neurosurgeon and the inventor of the Umayyah reservoir. Now I know you guys may not know what this is, but the reservoir is actually used to provide chemotherapy directly to the tumor site for brain tumors. Umayyah was also a leading expert in traumatic brain injuries, and he's been featured in the article The Muslims Who Shaped America, From Brain Surgeons to Rappers. Yusuf Erika, known by his stage name FouseyTube, is another famous Muslim man who has definitely had an influence on the internet. FouseyTube is a Palestinian-American YouTube personality and actor who produces parodies, vlogs, comedy sketches, and pranks on YouTube. In 2012, Erica was listed 3rd on the list of 40 inspiring Muslims under 40 by Muslima magazine. FouseyTube mentions in a video that he had left Islam for a while as he didn't feel a personal connection with the religion. However, after taking some time to find inner peace and reflect, he claims to have regained his Islamic faith. King Salman is another famous Muslim who has been the king and prime minister of Saudi Arabia and a custodian of the 2 holy mosques since January 23, 2015. His major initiatives as king include the Saudi intervention in the Yemeni civil war and the Saudi Vision 2030 and a 2017 decree allowing Saudi women to drive. So we're down to our last few famous Muslim men, and can I just say that the diversity in these men's occupations is crazy. Another famous Muslim man that is well known is Shah Rukh Khan, who is an Indian actor, film producer, and television personality. Referred to in the media as the King of Bollywood and King Khan, he has appeared in more than 80 Bollywood films and earned numerous awards. Khan began his career with appearances in several television series in the late 1980s. He made his Bollywood debut in 1992 with the film title Deewana. Shah Rukh Khan is a Muslim, and according to himself, he strongly believes in Islam, but he also highly respects his wife's religion, Hinduism. Another famous Muslim man that is currently huge in the music industry is Khalid Muhammad Khalid, better known as DJ Khalid. He's an American DJ, record executive, songwriter, record producer, and media personality. Born in New Orleans, Louisiana, Khalid first gained prominence as a radio host in the 1990s on Miami hip-hop station 99 Jams. His popularity later prompted hip-hop group Terror Squad to hire Khalid as the DJ for their live performances. After gaining some production credits on the group's material, Khalid then transitioned into creating albums for which he sold millions of. Khalid is a proud Muslim, and he seems to turn to his his faith to help ground him through all the successes and his hectic life and schedule. He has stated, "I was born Muslim, my family raised me Muslim, it is a life for me." The last famous Muslim man that I'll mention for this episode is the Egyptian professional football player Mohamed Salah. Salah plays as a forward for Premier League club Liverpool and the Egyptian national team and is considered one of the best players in the world, known for his skilled dribbling and speed. Following his performance at the 2012 Summer Olympics, since then he has helped Egypt reach the final of the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations and was the top scorer during the CAF qualification to help the team qualify for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Mohamed Salah's presence at Liverpool Football Club has been a direct cause of a fall in Islamophobia in the city, according to a new study. Research by Stanford University found an 18.9% drop in anti-Muslim hate crimes on Merseyside in the period since Salah signed for Liverpool in June 2017.
Starting at number 10, we have Zayed Khan and Malaika Parekh. Zayed Khan is a son of Sanjay Khan, who is a popular Bollywood actor himself, and Zayed moved in the footsteps of his cousin Fardeen Khan, who too also married a Hindu woman. Zayed had to face several difficulties to marry his sweetheart from school, Malaika, but he faced all of them and he finally got married to her in 2005. Zayed proposed 3 times to Malaika and she also has 3 rings, and they have 2 kids named Zidane and Aries. Next up we have Irfan Khan and Sutapa Sikdar. The multi-talented Bollywood actor Irfan Khan met Sutapa at the National Institute of Drama, where they both studied and they were in the same class. Now their love story really started there and it's still going strong, and they were married for over a decade, and after having 2 kids, Babil and Aryan. Number 8 we have Naseeruddin Shah and Ratna Pathak. Naseeruddin Shah is one of the best actors in Bollywood, and he had to go through, yes, a big struggle to marry Ratna, as he was already married to Parveen Murad. But they were unable to settle on a mutual divorce, so he first started to live in with Ratna. And then finally in the year 1981, he got a divorce after paying spousal support and making a sacrifice of losing custody of his 12-year-old daughter Hiba. Parveen Murad unfortunately passed away soon after the divorce, and she was suffering from cancer, which she had hidden from him for a long time, until she could secure the spousal support that he paid out to her so that she could look after her daughter. It's a very unfortunate end for her, but Naseeruddin married Ratna after the passing of his previous wife, and they're the parents of 2 sons. And number 7 brings us Fardeen Khan and Natasha. Fardeen is the son of a famous actor Firoz Khan, and Fardeen and Natasha knew each other since childhood. Fardeen proposed to her while flying from London to the United States. Now they were engaged in London and later got married in Mumbai, India in the year 2005. Now for both the engagement and the wedding, they stayed at exclusive hotels, like high class live-in. They have a daughter named Diana Isabella Khan. The actor at number 6 is Sohail Khan and his wife Seema Sachdev. Sohail Khan is the younger brother of Salman Khan and Arbaz Khan, and his wedding with Seema turned out to be a Bollywood film style type of wedding. And that was the same day that his film Pyar Kiya to Darna Kiya was released. They ended up having 2 kids, Nirvan and Johan. The couple at number 5 is Arbaz Khan and Malaika Arora Khan. For Arbaz Khan, it was really easy for him to marry Malaika, although he is a Muslim and Malaika is a Hindu Christian. Malaika's mother agreed to their decision to marry without any fighting and argument whatsoever, and she put forward only one condition: that the wedding would take place in a church. So Arbaz, of course, he agreed to this, and he got to marry his lady back in 1997, and they had a son and named him Arhan, and they're one of the most looked up to couples in Bollywood, and their romance continues to live on for years. The next couple is Imran Khan and Avantika Malik. Imran Khan is Amar Khan's nephew, and he made his Bollywood film debut with the movie Jaane Tu Ya Jaane Na. Unlike other actors who chose to remain single when their career just started, Imran married Avantika Malik in the year of 2011, and the couple spent 10 years together before they actually tied the knot and got married. Saif Ali Khan is up next, and Amrita Singh and Kareena Kapoor. Saif Ali Khan followed the footsteps of Amar Khan by marrying twice, and his first marriage took place in the year 1991, and that was with Amrita Singh, who was raised as Sikh, although she did belong to a Muslim Sikh family. And now they were divorced in the year 2004, and Saif went on to marry Kareena Kapoor in the year 2012. Now their marriage was one of the most anticipated marriages in Bollywood. They both fell in love on the sets of a movie and they started dating each other, and that was very public. And Kareena Kapoor, obviously she's praised for her work in Bollywood acting, but she got even more praise for narrowing the religious divide that still exists in India. So a lot of people give her mad respects for that. Number 2 brings us Amar Khan and Reena Dutta and Kiran Rao. So like I mentioned, yes, Amar Khan was married twice. He's known as Mr. Perfectionist in Bollywood, and he married Hindu women, and his first was Reena Dutta, who he married in 1986 at a very early age, going against everything that his parents wanted. Now his relationship with Reena ended with a mutual divorce after 16 years and after having 2 kids together with her. Now later Amar married the film director Kiran Rao, who is another Hindu woman, in the year 2005, and they had a son named Azad Rao Khan. And finally at number 1 we have King Khan himself, Shah Rukh Khan and Gauri Khan. Shah Rukh Khan, yeah, you know, he had to really come correct to get his women. It took a long time for his wife to agree to go out with him and eventually get married to him. But not only that, he had to get her family to agree with this. And you know, we all know Shah Rukh Khan. He's one of the most popular Bollywood stars at the current moment. But when he proposed to Gauri, he was just an actor in Indian television. Moreover, she was Hindu and her parents were very strict against marrying a Muslim man. Shah Rukh Khan, he left no stone unturned. He did what he had to do to prove his love, and in the end, he got married with her on October 25th, 1991. And this couple is one of the most respected and successful couples in Bollywood, and they have 2 children, Aryan and Suhana. Starting off at number 10, we have Bilal Phillips. His full name is Abu Amina Bilal Phillips, and he's the founder of an Islamic online university, and he's also Jamaican Canadian like myself. He's a very popular Islamic scholar, and he converted to Islam in the year 1972. Or should I say revert? I've seen some comments that people are saying, Leroy, it's not convert, it's actually revert. Either way, Bilal Phillips, he's known for translating and commenting on various Islamic topics on over 50 published books. He's completed his PhD in Islamic theology, and some of his works that he has actually translated were The Devil's Deception, and he's also co-authored Polygamy in Islam, Evolution of Fiqh, as well as the Ansar Cult, among others. Umar Suleiman comes in next at number 9. Now he's somebody that we've actually done a dedicated video about him, but if you haven't seen that video, Imam Omar Suleiman is the president of the Yaqeen Institute for Islamic Research, and he's also a teacher of Islamic Studies at Southern Methodist University. He's a very busy man because he's also the co-chair of Faith Forward Dallas at Thanksgiving Square. And this, by the way, is an organization that works together for peace and equity. But it doesn't stop there. He is the founder and president of the Yaqeen Institute of Islamic Research, and he's also the founder of MUHSEN, that is Muslims Understanding and Helping Special Education Needs. And that, by the way, is a non-profit organization. He also produces a weekly series on the Quran that's published, as well as he releases daily content on Islam. Number 8 brings us Shabir Ali. He's a Canadian Muslim scholar, and he's also the president of the Islamic Information and Dawah Center International in Toronto, Canada, and that's where he serves as the Imam. Shabir Ali is also the founder of an online show that is titled Let the Quran Speak, and for his PhD, his thesis was on the expounding of the Quran. Now this guy, he's an amazing man. I've personally seen him debate live with a Christian scholar named Jay Smith. Both of them were very, very, very good, as well as they were very respectful for each other's faiths. Number 7 brings us to Numan Ali Khan. He's the founder of Bayyina, and he's an American preacher who does his best to connect Muslims closer with the Quran. He's taught more than 10,000 students through conducting different traveling seminars, and he also has millions of followers in different parts of the world. As a matter of fact, he's recognized as one of the youngest scholars who have a lot of influence in general from across all faiths. We definitely have to talk about Yusuf Estes. He comes in at number 6. He was born Joseph Estes, but after his reversion or conversion, I think I'm using that word right, to Islam, he changed his name to Yusuf, which is of course the Arabic pronunciation of Joseph. He joined Islam from Christianity in the year 1991, and he also claimed to have been a Muslim chaplain for the United States Bureau of Prisons through the 1990s, and also serving as a Muslim delegate to the United Nations World Peace Conference for Religious Leaders, and that was held at the UN back in September of 2000. So of course, this man is very influential. He's recognized all around the world. Let's move on now to number 5, Mufti Menk. This man, we've also done a dedicated video on him as well. His full name is Ismail Ibn Musa Menk, and he was born in Zimbabwe. He's a very passionate and powerful Islamic preacher. He's the head of the Fatwa department at Majlisul Ulama Zimbabwe, which is the Council of Islamic Scholars of Zimbabwe. He also serves as the Imam at Masjid Al-Falah in Zimbabwe. He now has a title of Mufti, which is given in Islamic circles, and he's a very great speaker. Like I mentioned, he's spoken in different parts of the world, and I guess one of the amazing things about him is that he solely does his work just for the joy of sharing the message. So most times he just does his work for free. There's no charges or anything that's associated with a lot of the work that he does. Next up, we have Maulana Tariq Jamil. He comes in at number 4. He was born on January 1st, 1953, and usually when people are referring to him, they give him the title of Maulana, but his name is Tariq Jamil. He's of Pakistani origins, and he's a very famous speaker. He is a member of the Tablighi Jamaat, as well as a researcher who runs a madrasa in Faisalabad, Pakistan. He's featured in the 2013-2014 version of the book Muslim 500, and that publication recognizes the most influential Muslims in the world. He's also somebody that I've personally met. He's a really great guy. We had a great conversation when he visited Canada some years ago. Number 3 brings us Dr. Zakir Naik. His full name is Zakir Abdul Karim Naik, and he's an Indian Islamic evangelist, as well as he's an author and of course the leader of the Islamic Research Foundation. He's also the founder of the Relative Religion Peace TV channel, from which he has reached an audience of over 100 million viewers. Now, when you see Dr. Zakir Naik speak, especially in his videos and his interactions with people, you can see that he makes his points very clear, and he does his best to remove any misconceptions about Islam using the Quran and the Hadith, as well as other religious scriptures as basis, along with using scientific evidence, as well as he's also very versed in the Bible. He can quote scriptures of the Bible, in some cases a lot better than other Christian scholars. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why there's such a great appeal towards his work. Israr Ahmed comes in at number 2. He was born back in the year 1932, but he's no longer with us today, sadly. Israr Ahmed was born in Pakistan. He was known for being a dynamic speaker and an Islamic scholar, and also was the founder of Tanzim-e-Islami, which is an organization that works to spread the use of the Quran and Sunnah in all aspects of society. Sadly, Israr Ahmed, he passed away due to cardiac arrest at his home in Lahore, Pakistan, back in April 14, 2010, and he was 78 years old at the time. And finally, at number 1, we haven't done a video about him, but he's somebody who's also no longer with us. Ahmed Didat. He has left a major legacy. Ahmed Hussain Didat was born in India's Surat province in the year 1918, and his father had ended up immigrating to South Africa soon after, and he ended up moving and growing up there as well. He's delivered thousands of lectures in different parts of the world, as well as he's participated in public debates, as well as he's debated many different Christian scholars and people of different faiths. For his works, Ahmed Didat was commended by Nelson Mandela, who also is no longer with us, as well as he's received the King Faisal Award from Saudi Arabia in the year 1986 for all of his services dedicated to Islam.